Welcome to Finding Holiness, where we delve into timeless Torah wisdom, revealing the sacred in everyday moments. Join us on a journey to elevate your spirituality and discover holiness in every aspect of life. I'm your host, Rabbi David Kadosh, and together, let's embark on a path of spiritual exploration. I hope you enjoy this next episode. Okay, Chanukah Sameach, everybody. We'll continue with the laws of Lashon Hara, Klal Daled, Halacha Aleph. Very, very practical halachot now that often take place. More specifically, we're going to speak a lot about some of the laws Ben Adam Lahavero, which really a lot of it is Ben Adam Lahavero, interpersonal relationships. That's what we spoke about until now. But now from this point on, we're going to speak about someone's particular failings in Ben Adam Lamakom, in his failings between him and Hashem. And the Chafetz Chaim begins by introducing the topic about a general rule about speaking about a person's misdeeds in the past. Asur lesaper al chavero afilu shelo befanav vehu emet davar sheitbaze al yedeze. So we know that it is forbidden for Reuven to speak about Shimon, even if Shimon's not there, even if it's true, if it's something that's going to bring him or cause him embarrassment. It goes without saying that this applies with regards to things that are inconsequential. Such as recalling the deeds, the past averot of Shimon's parents or relatives. There's a scenario here, for example, on the first night at yeshiva, a boy walks into his dorm room in time to catch a bit of his three roommates' conversation, discussing a long ago scandal involving his own grandfather. By discussing his family members' misconduct, thereby denigrating the grandson, the boys are speaking Lashon Hara. So it goes without saying that that's Lashon Hara. Or lizkor alav ma'asav harishonim, or recalling Shimon's past misdeeds. Ben shehayu devarim ben adam lamakom, whether these matters were between him and God, or dvarim sheben adam lahavero, or in an area between him and his friend. Kevan shehu binaheg ata kasura, because since Shimon right now is conducting himself properly, he's behaving properly, he's following Torah mitzvot, asur leganoto bazeh, it is forbidden for Reuven to belittle him in such a matter. You're dredging up reports, irrelevant reports about what his father used to do or his grandfather used to do. Velashon hara mikere, and doing so is considered lashon hara. So that's the obvious. Before we get to the hidush of the halacha, I think it's important here to read here the note below. To mention that someone strayed from Torah observance and then returned to the fold, or even to say that he has a history, that is Lashon Hara. So someone went off the derech, strayed from Torah mitzvot, and you're saying now that he went off and he came back. Says Lashon Hara. Even if the speaker and the listener do not consider this matter a deficiency, and it does not lessen the subject's stature in their eyes, it's still forbidden to report it. Because if the subject hears people discussing his past, it will cause him distress and embarrassment. The poskim state that it is forbidden today to refer to someone whose past life is not well known as a Baal Teshuvah, in the sense that the term is commonly used, which is a person who became Torah observant later in life, if revealing this fact will be damaging to the individual, or if the individual wants to keep his past life confidential. I'll get your question in a moment. If, however, the Baal Teshuvah is not embarrassed by his status and is pleased that others know of his achievement, then it is permitted to inform the people that he is a Baal Teshuvah. This is certainly true if the Baal Teshuvah himself publicizes his past.
Isn't that how the Chachamim talk about Rabbi Akiva?
Yes, good point. But I guess Rabbi Akiva, fit the latter criteria, that's something that he knew, he admitted of himself, that later on in his life, that when he saw the rock being penetrated with water, then that's something that he felt, okay, if the water can change something stubborn as a rock, then I can change. So he recognized his flaws at a younger age, or when he was in his youth, and he used that as a stepping stone to improve. But yes, I guess it would be okay. But to do it in a denigrating manner, where a person would just, especially where a person may not want to know. A lot of people, they hide that piece of information of their lives. They don't want their past life to be publicly known. They're embarrassed of it. So for your person to just mention on the Shabbat table or whatnot at a wedding, that guy, he's religious now. You should have seen him 20 years ago. That's actually Lashon Hara, clearly. So that is, he considers the obvious. Now, even if Reuven personally observed Shimon recently, doing something that is halachically improper, then if the report is about something ben adam lamakom, between Hashem and between him and Hashem, it's still forbidden for Reuven to denigrate Shimon with this report, even if Shimon is not present. Unless the conditions which we're going to list below in Seif Zayin are satisfied. So the scenario B here talks about the rabbis in your community have recently informed everyone that the local ice cream store has lost its hechsher, no longer under kosher supervision. You see your neighbor emerging from the store with an ice cream cone in his hand. When you remind him of the ruling, he claims that the hechsher issue was all politics. Unless there is a constructive purpose, telling others that your neighbor committed a sin ben adam lamakom, which will cause others to think less of him, is forbidden. Okay? Speaking of that, we're going to actually talk about this, Bezat Hashem, this coming Suda Shishit. I have planned to speak about giving hechsher to areas or restaurants or bars of whatnot that might be violating different parts of halacha, if it's something that we should be doing or should not be doing. Not really connected to this, but I mentioned the situation of the hechsher. But that's this week's Seudah Shishit. Let's end with just the following here. He says here, Haggah. He goes, Veda de kol ze bistam ish Yisrael. You should know that this entire discussion prohibiting one from speaking about another person's transgression applies only when the subject is an ordinary Jew, kemo shevo'al lekaman b'siv gimel, as we'll explain below in halacha 3. Aval im nitbareh lo lefi ha'inyan. If the circumstances make it obvious to the speaker, that the sin is a consequence of the fact that he is a heretic, he denies Hashem, God forbid, then the negative commandment of do not go as a talebearer does not apply altogether regarding such a person. Why? He's not considered your nation. He doesn't fit in that category. We will continue about this. The details regarding revealing this negative information about this person will be explained later on in Klal Chet. We'll stop here. We'll continue B'ezrat Hashem tomorrow.